In this video, I'm going to take you through the 5 water filters that I've used throughout my life. The first filter that I'm going to go over is the Katadyn Hiker. This is the very first water filter that I ever owned. I got this filter as a gift probably 15 years ago. This filter is used as this end right here. It goes into the water and you pump it just like this, and what the water does is it goes through this tube, through a filter that's inside here, and then out here into the water bottle. Now, from my experience, this filter does work great. It pumps fast, especially if you have a new filter inside of it. This filter's been very reliable and durable. As I mentioned previously, I probably had this one for 15 years and it still pumps and works just fine. From my experience, one thing that's kind of a pain point with this filter is it's easiest when you have 2 people when you're trying to filter water. This end right here, it tends to like to sink down to the bottom of what you're trying to filter and suck in a lot of dirt. So it definitely makes it easier when you can have one person that's specifically able to hold this into the water, as well as to hold this end into a water bottle. It does pump pretty good, but after a while it does get tiresome. So again, it's definitely easier to use this filter with 2 people for the sake of somebody holding it and holding the water bottle, as well as being able to trade off pumping, because after a while it does get tiresome. The second filter that I got is a LifeStraw. The reason I got this filter is because it's a lot smaller than the one I just went over. This filter does work well. How you use it is you stick this end into the water, and then this end right here you suck on, and you suck as if you're sucking through a straw, and the water filters up through here and into your mouth. From my experience, it does take a little bit of time of sucking before water actually starts coming through. That can be kind of a pain, especially if you're thirsty and you're wanting water quick. The rate of flow through it into your mouth isn't necessarily as quick either. And so that's kind of a pain point that I've had with this filter, but it works great in an emergency. One other thing to make note of with this filter is you have to be right down in the water to actually filter. So there's a lot of situations where the ground isn't always flat, or it could be rocky, and you have to kind of lay on your stomach to actually filter water. That can be especially annoying if the ground's wet or not very comfortable. It can be really inconvenient to have to drink if this is your only source. I do like how small this filter is. It can easily fit in a coat pocket, a pant pocket. I also have taken this one on runs where I'm able to stick it in a little fanny pack or in my shorts pocket, and I need a quick fill up on the trail. If you're going to be in the mountains for an extended period of time and you're going to need a filter water refill bottles, this one isn't going to be a good resource for that. The third filter that I got was this Katadyn BeFree 3-liter filter. Now this filter, a couple things I've liked about it. I've ran into situations where I'm hiking up a mountain and I just hit my last source for water for a few days. Now what I've done is I've actually filled up my pack with water, and then I've actually filled this up, and actually it's got this little handle here. I've actually carried it up the mountain so that I had extra water in camp with me to filter to get me by for a few more days. So it is kind of a cool storage mechanism as well. From my experience with this filter, it seems like it does filter real quick when you first get it, but after a while I've noticed it takes forever to fill up a water bottle. That's one thing I haven't really liked about this filter. Now it does filter water. I've never got sick from it, so that's a good thing. This plastic that this bag's made of is durable. I've had this one for probably 4 years and don't have any tears or rips in it. It still works just fine. I also like about this filter is it's extremely lightweight and it rolls up easy. As you can see, you know, you can wrap it up real tight, shove it into a pack pretty easy, making it easy to pack and not have to worry about something big and bulky or heavy. Another thing to make note of with this filter is if you're trying to filter out of a lake or a pond, it's a little bit difficult to actually fill this bag up through this small hole. It works a lot easier in the river where you can face it upstream and let the water kind of flow into it. Fourth filter that I've used is a Grayl 24-ounce Geopress. This is probably the filter that I carry the most nowadays, mainly because I like the idea of being able to filter up and to be able to carry water with you at every stream crossing. Another pretty cool thing I like about this bottle is I drink a lot of electrolytes. Now, it's pretty cool. The water goes through here when you're filtering it, and inside of here there's actually like a little one-way valve, so you can actually dump electrolytes in here, filter the water, and then just shake it up and drink it like you normally would. So that's kind of cool. Basically, to filter, what you do is you stick this in the water, river, pond, fill it up, and then all you do is you just get on the ground, you push this top down, And as you're doing that, the water goes through this and up into here, and then you just drink it out of the top here. Makes it pretty convenient. This bottle is extremely durable, but it's also a little bit bulky, bulky and heavy. So if you're liking to cut as much weight as possible in your pack, this one might be a little bit oversized for you. Now what I've done here is it does have like a little loop here, and it doesn't come with one, but I've just added like a little carabiner that I can stick on my pack, making it easily accessible. Being that this one holds 24 ounces of water, I've also used it to fill up my 3-liter water bladder that I carry inside of my pack. It takes about 8 seconds to filter that amount of water, so you can fill up other water bottles or your bladder pretty quick. The fifth filter that I've used is the Katadyn 1-liter BeFree water filter. Now this actually contains the same filter inside of it as the 3-liter one I showed earlier. I do like this 1-liter one a little bit better. It seems to be a little bit quicker at filling up water bottles or drinking, just because you can kind of squeeze it a little bit more as you're filtering. As you can see, it's extremely small. It folds up real tight, especially when it's out of water and all the air's out. I mean, it's basically nothing that can fit into your pack. So it takes up virtually no space. Obviously, it can go into a pocket real easy as well. I've also used this filter to fill up other water bottles. It does filter pretty quick, and so I believe that you could also use this on a multi-day trip where you're going to need to fill up other water bottles or a water bladder, and be able to rely on it to fill those up for you. The one thing I wish this filter had was like a little bit of a hook or something that you could carry it a little bit easier, because it is a pain once you fill it up to actually carry it full of water. I've tried balancing trekking poles and this at the same time, and it doesn't work super well. Later this summer, I've got an ultramarathon that I'm going to be running, and this is a filter that I'll likely use for that, just because there's a lot of stream crossings and you can filter water quick and be able to get a quick refuel while you're at it. This plastic is durable, haven't had any issues with it ripping or tearing while I've been using it. If you have any questions about any of the filters that I've covered today, be sure to leave a question in the comments section. Also, if you have any other recommendations for water filters that would be good for me to try out, please leave a comment as well. Thank you for watching this video.